The Australian Open might have seen a change of guard when it comes to world tennis. For decades now, for close to 2 decades, 2.5 decades, we have seen the trio of Djokovic, Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal dominate in each and every surface. Djokovic for Australian Open, Federer in Wimbledon, Nadal for the French Open. But Janik Sinner, his victory in the Australian Open is truly, one may say, the passing of the torch moment in more ways than one. Because look, the rest of the pack, if you look at the likes of Daniil Medvedev, Carlos Alcaraz Garcia, also Janik Sinner, they have all caught up with the likes of Djokovic. Djokovic, who was at 24 Grand Slams now, will have to wait for a Grand Slam number 25. 11th Australian Open title will also have to wait, and he's also not got that much of time. Maybe another 2 years, maybe another 3 years. But by that time, the likes of Medvedev, the likes of Sinner, the likes of Alcaraz, the likes of maybe a Stefanos Tsitsipas or a Dominic Thiem or an Alexander Zverev, catching up with the rest of the pack is really going to change the tennis world in a big, big way. Janik Sinner, if you have to look at it, the way how he defeated Novak Djokovic in the semi-final, it forced the 24-time Grand Slam winner to say, it was the worst Grand Slam match that I had ever played. Now remember, even Medvedev had beaten Carlos Alcaraz Garcia, and coming into this final, you felt that Medvedev had the edge. Because remember, he defeated Alexander Zverev when he was 2 sets down and then went on to go into the final. Now, Janik Sinner, the main crux of the match is Janik Sinner was down by 2 sets. 3-6, 3-6. He had lost the first 2 games. But after that, Medvedev fell to the, you may say, the Zverev victim. Why? Medvedev had been trailing 2-0. He bounced back. Now it was the turn of Medvedev to get his own karma, because it was Janik Sinner who bounced back, winning the next 2 games 6-4, 6-4, the next 2 sets, and then winning the final set 6-3. His service, his first serves, every single aspect of it, Janik Sinner was simply one of the best. And you had a glimpse of what happened. Because in the fag end of 2023, he had beaten Djokovic in the ATP finals. Yes, he might have lost the final, but he beat him in the ATP group stages and also in the Davis Cup, by the way. And now here, 4-3 advantage, it could improve for Sinner in the coming days. But now, why is this particular win very, very important in the world of tennis? Knowing the nationality Janik Sinner is from, you would be surprised that this is a sea change in Italy. Italy as a tennis nation has not done very well, because if you look at it, he is the first Italian since 1976 to win a Grand Slam title. And he is only the 3rd Italian Grand Slam winner. I mean, in their entire history, tennis as a sport for over 100 plus years has registered only 3 Italian Grand Slam winners. And a 58-year drought was broken in a big, big way, and won from 2 sets down. That is even more sensational in that sense. Now, look at the guys who have done this in the past. And this win at Australia is much, much more, because Nicola Pietrangeli, he won the 1959 and 1960 Grand Slam, which was the French Open. But that was in the amateur era. But Adriano Panetta won the French Open in 1976, the only Italian to win it before Janik Sinner in the Open era. But what is the common thing with the French Open? It is played on clay. Janik Sinner has become the first Italian to win on any surface when you have to look at it, apart from clay. Because remember, clay courts in the French Open, it is Nicola Pietrangeli and Adriano Panetta who have won it. But Janik Sinner has won it on hard courts, something that no Italian has ever come close. And even in the ATP finals in Turin, that was played on hards. So that is why Janik Sinner's win is monumental. And considering the way how he's beaten Djokovic in 3 out of their 4 encounters this time around, it gives you real hope that the world of tennis has really come back in a big, big way. So, not since 1976 has an Italian won, and near about 5 decades later, Janik Sinner of Italy wins it by beating Daniil Medvedev. Remember, Medvedev himself is a Grand Slam winner, having denied Djokovic the Grand Slam in 2021. US Open, straight sets, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. Janik Sinner, one of the best comebacks that you can see. 3-6, 3-6, he had lost. Now he had won it 6-3, 6-4, 6-4 and the final set 6-3 to register his first Australian Open title. And remember, this was the first time since 2014 that neither of Djokovic, neither of Nadal, neither of Federer has won the Australian Open title. The only guys to do it apart from the trio prior to Sinner was Stan Wawrinka. Wawrinka won the title in 2014 and that is why it is a monumental moment indeed. The pack has caught up. Medvedev, Alcaraz, Tsitsipas, Zverev and Jannik Sinner. These five are set to rule the roost when it comes to tennis in the next coming years. The era of Nadal, Federer, Djokovic is over. In the French Open, we may see Alcaraz dominate. Wimbledon, perhaps Djokovic can go for his 25th title. Because remember, the only thing that is motivating Djokovic now is the Olympics. Win gold in that, achieve the career Grand Slam. And the career Super Grand Slam, if I may have to say. So, congratulations to Jannik Sinner for putting up such a magnificent effort. 5 decades of pain for Italy has ended in the Grand Slam title. 1976, 1959, 1960 French Opens are a thing of the past. 2024 Australian Open. Great success, superb stuff. Jannik Sinner, congratulations. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.